Hey, today I'm talking about all three Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan 1990s rom-coms. And the names of those three movies are You've Got Mail, Sleepless in Seattle, and Joe versus the Volcano. First up is You've Got Mail. This is a 1998 film, and the basic premise is Tom and Meg have found each other via old school chat rooms and have already a relationship anonymously online. But in real life, Meg owns a tiny little children's bookstore in New York City, and Tom is opening a big chain bookstore right next door and is probably going to destroy her business. Out of the films I'm talking about today, this is the one I've seen the most. I've seen this movie so much, which I kind of even forgot how much I've seen it until I started to be watching it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know like every single beat that's about to happen. I could quote along with it and stuff. I definitely vividly remember watching this movie as a kid with my mom, being so charmed and delighted by all of the fun silliness of it. That being said, because I've watched it so much, it didn't really hit me emotionally as well as it has in the past. The last 5 minutes definitely did. I think that's where the movie truly shined, but it can't always hit you as hard as it does that first time. So that's reasonable. I did still thoroughly enjoy my experience of watching this. It's definitely an iconic classic film for very good reasons. What particularly struck me this time was just the fact that they were basically in love from the get-go. That like we're seeing them, I think still early on in their email correspondence, but it's clear that the stuff they're talking about is stuff that's like 10 dates into a relationship type of conversation. Bouncing between like more serious and more playful and like kind of trying to dissect your character type of conversations. And that's just so fascinating and so interesting that like it's a rom-com where they're already in love, but then they also then have to fall in love again in real life despite everything pushing them away from each other. All that was really interesting. If you've never seen this movie before, I love it. It's great. It's fantastic. It's fully, totally worth a watch. It definitely has dated technology, but I think a lot of the things within the film transcend time and are still well worth watching and experiencing. If it's been a while since you've seen it, it's still worth a rewatch. I mean, if you're like me and you've seen it like a million times, like it probably won't hit you as hard, but I mean, it's still just a cute, fun little movie that honestly, yeah, it's worth watching again and again. So yeah, no, thoroughly enjoyed this movie, totally recommend it. Next up is Sleepless in Seattle. This is a 1993 movie that is so strange. I can't emphasize that enough. The basic premise is, if you're unfamiliar, Tom Hanks is a single dad. His wife 18 months ago passed away, and though him and his son are still mourning, the son is like, it's time for you to move on, Dad. So this 10-year-old boy calls this radio show to like get advice to get his dad back out in the dating world. Meg Ryan hears this, falls madly in love with his voice, gets insanely obsessed with him, and then does a bunch of creepy stalker shit. But it's a rom-com, so they live happily ever after. Like the things that she does, she hires a private investigator to stalk this guy, to photograph this guy, to learn about his job and his personal life. She calls a bunch of companies under like false pretenses. She literally flies out there to go look at him. She writes fan mail to him. It's, oh God. Very unhealthy behavior. But because she's Meg Ryan and is super adorable, we're just supposed to accept that this is an alright thing. Part of the movie's justification is that there's magic. You just kind of know when you're with the right person. His whole thing with his previous wife was he knew that she was the one when he just randomly touched her hand. There's just that instant magic. And so like these two have that instant magic. They're just on opposite ends of the country, so it's different. difficult to actually connect. And like, I can appreciate that. I like the romance of that. There is a beauty in that. I just don't think how they handled this story was anything sort of good or aspirational. This is not a romance that you should be aiming for. So yeah, I still liked the movie. There is still charm to this movie, but this is definitely a movie that it's okay if it's not revisited a lot. So would I recommend it? I think if you really like Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan and you've never seen it before, yeah, sure. But if you've seen it before, even if it's been a long time, I think it's an okay one to just let the memory of it last in your brain and not revisit it. It's got a lot of issues that it doesn't address. So yeah, it's a very cautious recommend. And lastly is Joe versus the Volcano. This is a 1990 movie, and I don't know what the this movie is. It's so weird. Like, it starts off being a combination of Brazil meets Office Space, which are just not even kind of similar movies. And then it gets stranger from there. If you're unfamiliar, the basic premise is Joe is utterly convinced that he is just terminally ill at all points in life. He then finally finds out that he is actually dying. He's got 6 months to live. But wouldn't you know it, this rich guy wants to hire him to kill himself by throwing himself in a volcano as a sacrificial thing to appease these natives on this island so that the rich guy can then extract minerals from that island. It's so weird and strange. And I don't understand what it was going for, what it's trying to say, what we should be rooting for, the comedy of it. Meg Ryan plays 3 different characters, 2 of whom are half-sisters. I will say she was the shining point of the film. She does a great job in all 3 roles. She feels like 3 different characters. She's adorable, she's cute, she really is fun to watch. But man, I did not care for this movie. It is just too weird and too absurdist for me. I will say, when I was talking to my friends about this movie, one of whom actually really likes this movie because he just likes the weird strangeness of it. So even though I really did not care for it, and I don't think I would really even recommend it, there clearly is an audience for this movie. It's just not me, and I don't think it's most people. It's just so odd. It's just too silly and ridiculous and absurd. I couldn't with this. But if this kind of sounds like your vibe, yeah, maybe it's okay to go for it. You'll know pretty quickly if this is up your alley or not. So if you're interested, give it like 5 minutes. And if you're not sold, then you can give up. But like, I would say for most people, this is a very safe one to skip. It's such a strange oddity of a film. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got You've Got Mail sitting at number 18 in the Really Like section. And then after that is Sleepless in Seattle sitting at number 69 in the Liked section. And then bringing up the rear, rightfully so, is Joe versus the Volcano sitting at number 98 in the Didn't Like section. And this is out of a total of 105 old movies so far this year.